I might actually fail this one.
I used to be good at exams, but it's been quite a while, and this is a Welsh exam on the highest possible level.
What the fuck?
Not only am I not ready for what the exam is about to throw at me, but what's worse, there's something about where I am right now that I really should have known earlier.
People have told me things about the place I was staying in.
So that was very stupid of me. And then came the real disaster.
So join me as I take you back to...
Bore da, as they say, welcome to Wrexham. It is now like 8 o'clock in the morning. It is a bit chillier than I thought, so I had my coat. Apparently it's like 15 now, which is crazy in mid-June. I'm now on my way to the thing that I've been talking about for so many weeks now, the Welsh Advanced Exam, aka B2. Oh, it's a nice little tiny brook down here. That's nice. Yeah, I have to walk like 40 minutes because the buses are... I've now become the guy who moans about Welsh transport, apparently.
And if you know anything about Wales, you know that it's a pain in the arse to get around it without a car.
So the buses go every half an hour, and also it does like a big detour before going to the city centre, so I'm like, might as well walk. Right, it only takes 12 more minutes in the bus. So yeah, it's going to happen.
That is one very blue sky right there.
As for how I feel about the exam now, well, first of all, I feel quite tired because for me this is an ungodly hour. Do I feel prepared? That's the question. I haven't done much more practice or past papers since the time that I showed you guys, and that is a problem because I haven't got much experience with the exam format, even though I do know how it works now at the very least. I was really hoping that over the past weekend I would be able to do a bit more study, like a mad dash towards the finish line, but that didn't work out. I ran into some interpersonal problems back home in Manchester. It's a whole thing. I can't say it's not affecting my mood right now. Definitely it's something that's on my mind, but I'm trying to focus. Yeah, I didn't have much time to do more studying. I went through the entirety of the Advanced 2 textbook last night. Or not the entirety, but the vocabulary section, just in case that any of the idioms, or not even idioms, but like common phrases would show up, such as a barefaced lie, celwydd noeth, or a naked lie, as they say in Welsh. And indeed, I recognise some of the things that I've seen in the past papers, so they do pick from those vocabulary items, so hopefully that would have helped a little bit. I haven't had time to go through the Advanced 3 book at all. It's a bit too advanced for me. But the interesting thing is that the Advanced 2 textbook, the last chapter of that textbook is basically, no, it's literally the sample paper that I did on camera. Like, I recognize the speaking topics, the grammar questions, they're the same. So that's interesting. And that chapter is called A Taste of Advanced 3. So I'm like, does that mean Advanced 3 is all just exam prep? Again, ironic because I'm on Advanced 1 right now and I'm doing the exam. Oh yeah, and I also happen to be in the eastern part of town at the moment, next to a giant park, or just, sorry, not park, just a green area on the maps. I think it's like a bunch of fields or something. So as far as I know, the Eisteddfod in August is going to be that way, all the way to the east, like next to the border. So I guess this is some reconnaissance or something.
Oh, an Odeon. Is that all one big cinema, or like, how does it work?
As I walk through some familiar spots in Wrexham,
There it is, obviously. I recognise that very well.
I realise I actually have to lock in now.
Oh hey, that's the Tŷ Pawb. I know the Tŷ Pawb. I've been there, so that means I'm in the city centre now.
Alright, I should be on the campus now. Wait, where am I going?
Hafod. Nagus.
Got it. It should be smooth sailing from here.
Oh, that's the main building.
Except...
So I just got recognised on my way into the building by a fellow exam candidate. So maybe we've met somewhere, I can't tell. What you guys tell me.
So if you like what I do, be like that person and press the like button right now.
There is only 5 of us in total, which makes sense. I mean, it's one exam center and like the highest level. But we feel like we're a team now. We're in this together. So we'll ace it. We'll ace it, right?
We'll see past Israel as we skip ahead 3 hours.
That's the morning session done. It's been like 2.5 hours. Oh my god, time's really flown. I still have my morning coffee because I got it and then they didn't let me have it during the exam, so I had to leave it aside. Now I have cold coffee to finish. Let's do a recap, okay? First of all, we did the knowledge of language paper, which is like grammar, vocabulary, idioms. Thankfully, there weren't too many idioms. And as I said before, with this kind of paper, either you know it or you don't. So that's why I actually did it really quickly. I had 1 hour and I spent like 15 minutes on the whole thing, and I just kept checking it over and over again. I did find some stupid mistakes, but otherwise it was basically done in 15 minutes. I feel really lucky because there aren't many like idioms that I didn't know. Most of it was, basic things to me anyway. It's mostly like being careful if there's one missing word in the blank, or so on. If I could, or whether I could get the context or what they want in the filling in the blanks section. There were several that really tripped me up. I think there was one that's like something wind behind him, and I think it's meant to mean like good riddance or something. You know what? I'll Google it now. Gwent. Yes, I guessed it. It was a multiple choice thing. So you could choose between like big wind, good wind, bad wind, and fair wind. And I thought fair sounded most Welsh. And I was right. Oh my god, I'm so proud. That was a blind guess, but it just felt it very Welsh. They love that word. And then there's one that I really regret. Okay. Yeah. Oops. Should have trusted my gut feeling. So there's one that means like to get information, and it translates to like to get on something. So I narrowed it down to 50-50. To get on understanding or to get on knowing. My gut feeling said to get on understanding, which turns out to be the right one. But then literally in the last 3 minutes, I changed my mind and changed it to the wrong one. So, well, that's fine. That's 1 point. I don't care. I've actually done the maths. I've done lots of maths during the paper because I had like 45 extra minutes. So I think for every 4 points in each paper, it's equivalent to 1 point in the final total score. So after doing maths, I think in the worst case scenario, I will have lost around 1 to 2 points in the final paper, so that's fine, right? I'm just really upset about this one because I had it right in the first place. And then I did the writing paper where I first wrote a letter about the benefits of opening a Welsh school. I'm like, this is literally right up my alley. I had so many arguments. I also talked about transportation because you know me, I have to talk about transportation, right? And then I wrote an article about my family history. I sort of used parts of my real family history and then made up parts of it. I said like I moved to Wales when I was like 3. That's obviously not true. But the thing is, it was just so freaking messy because this is what happened. I'm most concerned about the word count because I know that if I write more than 210 words for each piece of writing, I actually get marked down, or at the very least, they don't mark the rest of it. So I was worrying about the word count throughout the paper. So I would like count the words every time I finished a paragraph. I was way over the word limit. So I started deleting lots of things. And then I suddenly realized in the last like 10 minutes that I was counting wrong. The way I count words is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And so on. So actually, when I get to the end of 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, it's 20. But I thought it was 30. So I counted wrong. For each paragraph, let's say it's like 54 words, I would think it's 64 words. You know what I mean? So I counted wrong, and I had deleted so much of it, and I realized, especially in the second piece of writing, I was like under the word requirement. I was at like 160 out of 190. So I had to start adding back in the stuff that I deleted. So that was very stupid of me. I'm glad both papers were so exhilarating that I had to like do stuff in the last minute. So I'm going to take a break, get some lunch, and feel upset about that one correct answer that I changed to the wrong one. And I'll see you afterwards.
You silly goose! You forgot to check in again after lunch. So we'll have to skip 3 more hours until the end of the exam day.
What the fuck? Okay, so what happened here? I've now finished all the papers today, all the written ones done. Okay, good, that's a good thing. But it's just, okay, so first of all, we did the reading paper. The reading and listening are both 1 hour each. So it's like, it's not as straining mentally, it's not as long of a time. The reading one, I took it a bit slower than I did in my sample paper. So like, I read the text more carefully, which makes sense because it's the real exam. And then I finished it just in time because I was like really careful with reading the text. There was a lot of implied things like someone in the story died and it was never said. You could just guess it from like the context, the poetic language, like, oh, I'm going on my final journey and someone will be there to receive me when I arrive. So that kind of stuff. And that's all fine. My only problem was, like the sample paper, I'm not sure what they want from me. I mean, multiple choice and fine, just choose the right answer, right? But when it comes to writing my answers, they say use your own words, but I'm like, first of all, I don't know how much I can rephrase this, or whether do I need to rephrase this, or can I just write whatever is in the text, because I feel like it already satisfies the requirements of the question. If I rephrase it, I feel like, oh, what if I missed some important points that you required? Like, how do I strike the balance? So mostly, I just wrote what was in the text, and I think once or twice I rephrased it, basically to like shorten it, tighten it up. And then came the real disaster, the listening test. So first of all, I have to say, I think this is the fastest I've ever heard anyone speak Welsh in my life. Like, seriously, I mean, do people speak like that? I mean, if they do, then I should know, right? I've listened to so much radio, but I've never heard something like this. Like, all 3 of the radio segments were so freaking fast. The first one was very condensed as well. Even the invigilator was like, yeah, that one was hard because there's so much information in a short period of time. I thought that one was okay, and then the other ones, I just couldn't catch most of it, I think. Like, they were speaking so fast that they were like, literally, they sounded like that.
Dwi'n ymwybodol weithiau, falle bod rhywun yn y gynulleidfa sydd wedi fod wedi cael thynas i gael trafod ar y galon, neu hyd yn oed wedi marw o drafod ar y galon. A fi'n teimlo weithiau, chibod, yw hwn yn mynd i fod tyn bach yn agos i'r asgwrn.
Like, the skipping syllables, I mean, you don't do that in the listening exam, right? You do that on the radio, fine, but like, in the exam, please speak clearly. I guess that's B2, I suppose. And then what made it worse was, first of all, the sound system. There is no sound system in the room, so they use like a Bluetooth speaker, and it's not loud enough, definitely. And then, quite often, like once every other minute, the invigilator was like clearing their throat or coughing. And for one, that is really distracting. Once or twice I could actually get into the zone and catch everything that's being said, but like, that took me out of it. And also, I literally couldn't hear what was being said during that 1 or 2 seconds. And there was like 2 or 3 times, because there was a second time listening, so I knew the answer was coming. I knew it was in that sentence that I needed to focus and listen for the answer. And then at that moment, they went, and it's gone. There's one answer that was like so fast. It was like 1 second, less than 1 second, and it was gone. So I had to make something up. I tried to do some maths at the end and see like how much I would get, like conservatively speaking or like optimistically speaking. I might actually fail this one, but that's fine. I'm told I don't have to pass every paper. Hopefully that is true. I really hope that is true because I might fail this one. Honestly, I'm scared, but like it's 15% of the whole mark. Like if I get like 7, for example, I've only lost 8. That should be fine, right? because tomorrow is speaking. Actually, tomorrow counts for 30% because I've already done the 2 extra tasks that account for 15%. So I should be fine. As long as I only have to pass the overall mark, then I should be okay. Damn, I'm genuinely worried. Anyway, so it is now like 3 o'clock. I have all day and I have nothing to do. Chat, what should I do for the rest of the day? Should I study? I don't feel like studying anymore because I've done like the hardest ones. Like, what can I study for my speaking exam, really? I can speak. Not terribly well, but I can. I probably should find some place to work, like take my mind off the exam. Should I take my mind off the exam? Or should I focus even more on the exam? That's the question. I might just go to TPALB and then like write my PhD there. I'll think of something. Maybe I'll do some reading. Maybe I have nothing to do. Hey chat, what the hell? I asked you what I should do. I was waiting for your recommendations. Why didn't you say anything? Oh wait, right, because it's a recorded video. So I ended up in the TPALB. I ate something. It was pretty okay. I was really excited about a place over there that's called Desk Palb, everyone's desk. I was looking forward to working there. There is power. But then after I ate, it was just closed. Like everything else is close at this point, I think around 4. Except the food places, but I also saw the dessert place just closed and it's now like just past 4 o'clock. So I guess this is going to be like a dead building in no time. I guess I'll just do some work here and then I'll figure it out.
A lot of boring math later.
So I just passed by and saw this sign, understood it, didn't give a second thought. And then I gave it a second thought and realized, wait, that is neither Welsh nor English. Cymraeg. It's crazy, this whole place is literally all in Polish. Like even everyone speaks it. I'm actually looking for something to eat tonight and potentially tomorrow. We'll see if I can get anything polskiego. Oh, pierożki. So, should I know what all of these things are? And that's it, just nipped to the Polish store, got myself some jeżyki, classic, a bączek, of course, and then apparently this is what's called a ptyś, but actually just a puff. Yeah, nobody was shocked. Classic, I guess that's the same thing that I liked when I went to, Northwest Wales, when they just accept that I speak their language. I mean, they did take a second to be like, wait, this guy's speaking Polish? But then they're fine, they just interact normally, they're just doing their jobs. Morning, it's day 2 of the exams. I got to the college already. I got a taxi because people have told me things about the place I was staying in, and also it was only like £3 more than a bus, so that's fine. I haven't done much preparation since yesterday. It's a speaking exam. I have a list of phrases that I want to use during the exam, if possible. I will have an hour to prepare. I will have a dictionary, but not the list. So I need to remember the list before I go into the preparation room. And also, I went to my Welsh class last night, even though I didn't want to. I just thought it was a good distraction. And then we ended up doing some speaking practice that was eerily similar to my exam. So I thought that worked out nicely.
I arrived, and after a quick pastry, pretty much went straight into the preparation room and the exam. And while past Israel is busy talking the examiner's ear off, present Israel would like to thank Kamil for supporting the channel on the all the way level. Join him now to keep me doing what I do best. And wait, why is he smiling like an idiot now?
I did so well. You have no idea. I did so well I can't stop grinning. Literally, it won't go down. I have to be quiet now because someone's still doing the exam inside. But, oh my goodness. That was so good. That was so much better than I could have ever hoped for. I think partly it is due to the topics that were in the exam, because like this time I'm not talking about politicians or anything. The presentation part was about like a concert or a drama or a film or something. I talked about The Way We Talk, which I just seen last weekend. Is it last weekend? Yeah, last weekend. And I've seen twice, so I know it quite well. I have lots to say about it, and it's also like the film is about a thing that I am passionate about, so I have lots to say on the topic. And then before that, I should say, the discussion question was about whether too many people would go to university, and I took the snobbish stance because I thought that was I mean, I don't not agree with it, like, but also it was easy to argue. I was like, oh, the meaning of university education has changed. People should go to university to study and learn and not like trained for things. That kind of argument. And somehow I didn't prep that very well, but I also managed to ask the examiner some questions because that's a requirement of the test. I think the hardest thing was to figure out when to end it with a discussion. Like, I didn't know how long it should last. It's not like my BSL exam where I had a clock to look at. In this one, I just winged it, and I was like, wait, are we coming to a natural end? I started to summarize, but then I had something else to say, and then I thought I'd finished, and then the examiner asked me a question. So I'm like, is that a bad thing if she has to ask me a question, or is it just a natural part of the discussion? You know what I mean? So that happened, but otherwise I think I did quite well. The dictionary really helped. I'm so glad I could use a dictionary, and I'm so glad I have one. I don't even remember where I got it from. Hold on. This one, it's an old ass dictionary. It's not comprehensive like the online one, and I wish it had more phrases. For example, I think there is a phrase that means like shed a tear, but I forgot which verb it was in Welsh, so I couldn't use it. I had to say just cry. I don't remember where I got this. It's like from a charity shop, or like from like a book exchange or something. When did I get it? I've had it for a while, and then I just put it on my shelf and thought, yeah, that would be good for my exam, and it was really good. I couldn't have done it without it, because I learned lots of vocabulary passively. So there's so many words that I vaguely know, and I couldn't recall exactly how to use, or like exactly what the letters are like. And that really helped. I'm like, oh, tip of the tongue, I can look it up in a dictionary. Most importantly, there was one part where I had sent them my bio and they would ask me a question about me. I really regretted putting so much in my bio because I gave them lots of things to ask about, lots of different things to ask about. But at the same time, I am used to talking about myself, especially in Welsh, because I've been interviewed in Welsh before, so I could just easily find things to talk about. I don't remember what I was asked. Some of the questions were quite unexpected. Some of them are like typical, like how did you learn Welsh? Like I've done the Learner of the Year interview. I know what to say there. But like compare Wales and Hong Kong. Oh, that's interesting. There's lots of things to talk about there. Anyway, so there's that. It is done. The whole thing's done. That was my last 30 points. I think I would have gotten most of the 30 points. Honestly, I'm feeling so confident you have no idea. We'll see. Maybe that will make up for the difficult listening exam. I'm gonna find something to eat now. I haven't even had breakfast. I'm going to London in the afternoon, so thank you for following me on this journey. I think that will be the last segment of this vlog. I suppose if you enjoyed following me, give this a like. If you haven't subscribed already, what the hell? Like, why would you be watching here and not have subscribed? So fix that problem. If you want to see how I did my sample paper, that's there. I think that ended up being the only past paper that I did. And if you want to know what this qualification will mean to me, or what I will try to do with the certificate, look at this video. It is exciting. Actually, that was part of my bio as well, but I'm thankful they didn't ask about it, because I'm pleased.